Hi everyone, this is Killshot from 99 Gaming. This is Fear the Walking Dead live fan reactions. Wow, what another episode, and this is a reaction video, so if you're tuned in, we are going to talk about the episode. We're not going to go step by step. We will do the complete recap tomorrow, but we are going to talk about just some shocking things from tonight's episode. Very, very good episode. Awesome stuff, but I did promise if something was confirmed that I was going to call it out because it's a little bit convenient, but at this moment I like it. I like the direction it's going. I do like the shock factor, but when you do have these shocking moments, you also have to go back and figure out what led up to those shocking moments. I know several people called it. We have discussed it in multiple streams, and we will delve into that tonight. So Valerie Feldman wants to know, is John dead? I'm going to say no. I don't think he's dead. I didn't see any blood when he got shot. You can see this picture up here. Pretty thick vest he's got on, and there's a T-shirt. He's got several layers, and I wouldn't be surprised if he has a bulletproof vest on as well, or at least something up underneath there. He's an ex-cop, so it would not surprise me at all. So Epic Vids 8 coming in with a super chat right off the gate says John can't die. He's a fan favorite, and many will be pissed, especially after Nick was killed off. I think that's one reason. The second reason is I don't think he's going to die. The fact that Alicia's a little quick on the trigger, though, that concerns me. And what's she aiming for? Why is she aiming for John? What is going on? Is it because John led him there? Definitely clown dust. That's the question I just had, is why did she shoot him? And I think that's a bigger question than Naomi potentially being the head of the vultures, and because a lot of sabotaging is going on. I've got several things highlighted from tonight's episode that we'll talk about, but like I said, we're not going to go step by step. I am going to call on a few people. I don't have the answer to that question. She was aiming for Naomi. Alicia went to the Rick Grimes Stormtrooper School of Shooting, apparently. But, yeah, if she was aiming for Naomi and that close, she's a pretty bad aim. She could have taken another second just to get her bearings. Yeah, it doesn't mean he's alive, but I would be willing to bet he's still alive. The way the writers have shocked us, it looks like he took a shot. It might have been a little lower than the heart as well, too. You know, maybe a rib, maybe in the gut. He can live through that. I do like the showdown between Mel and between Alicia, where I'm sorry your brother's dead. So that comment alone, there were several things that lead me to believe that Madison is not dead. Because something goes down and Mel doesn't say anything about, I'm sorry your mother's dead. So recently with the thing with both brothers dying, I would have thought, I think they intentionally left it vague. So I'm going to say Madison's alive. That's going to be another shocker for the mid-season finale. And I also think that John is going to pull through. Now, how these groups work is going to be a bigger question. Because even, they're outnumbered. This is like some Saviors versus Rick's group. This is huge, huge outnumbering. Mel, I would think Mel and Naomi have some sort of relationship. I might be reading into it, but Naomi's when Naomi said John, Mel looked a little surprised, like she knew him. Just kind of a look on his face. What's up, Tommy V? There were some questions answered tonight, but there were a few more questions that were generated for sure. I mean, one of the first questions that I'm going to have is, how are 5? How are 5 people going to get away with about 40, 50 people within firing distance? Unless Madison swoops in with a cape next week, I don't know. It looks rough for them. But I am going to get a raw reaction score from everyone here before I bring up a couple topics, because I just want the reaction and the shock factors from a scale of 1 to 10. I want you to rate the episode. Before I do a breakdown, before I analyze it, before I go into it tomorrow, I know how I feel about it. You know what? I'm going to pause. I'm going to pause for a second. I just got a feeling there's going to be some super high scores. Got a couple 9s, 9.5, got some 10s. I don't think I've seen below a 9 at this point. Ron came in below a 9. He had to go 8.9. So from a strictly entertainment value, no doubt about it. You know what I'm going to do before because I did this last week when I started doing the breakdown of the John and Laura episode. Based on just my reaction to it, I'm giving it a 9.5. I loved it. I liked the story. I had a lot of fun with it. Good shocker at the end there. You knew something was going to go down. I mean, you just had that feeling that there was a little bit more to it. Chris says 10, 10, 10. But now I'm going to bring up a couple topics, though, and I said I would do this if Naomi ended up being with the Vultures. There are multiple times that Naomi should have died. Very carelessly, too, I might add. For a person that potentially could be leading and doing things, she's careless. Now, the emotional part with her daughter is real. Very real. But we know she's been cut. We also know that she walked into a tank of walkers. Now, if she's sabotaging this group all along, that is a hell of a step to take to fake somebody out. That's a death sentence. And next, she goes in the FEMA location and is completely surrounded by walkers. And that was a call. Was that a callback to Glenn and Nicholas, by the way? The tightrope scene? So there's a callback in every single episode. At the end of the season, maybe it's season 8, I think I'm going to go back and just do all of the Walking Dead references. Spencer. But we'll go back to all the Walking Dead references that are there, because there are several. And I'm good with it. I'm good. Yeah, Spencer. I should know that, because even in the comics, there were about 5 people that went over. So, yeah, there's a lot of maybes. I'm going to call on a few of your comments just in a couple minutes. But let me get back to Super Chat really quick. We got a Super Chat up here with EpicVids8. Says, Althea also said she wouldn't get involved in the fight with the SWAT van. She will, and the van will be the key to defeating the Vultures. EpicVids, what's funny about that is, and I did highlight something she had said a little bit earlier. Strand asked her if she's going to watch, if she's just going to watch or get involved in the fight, and she said that it wouldn't be the first time. So just a little bit of a tidbit there about Althea. I get a feeling that maybe she's filmed some stuff before and then hit the road. Tammy Heights is like, John better not be dead. I don't think he's dead. So I'm with a strong 9.5. I'm not going to undo my score. But I did promise, and I'll save this for tomorrow because I thought it was a great episode and I don't want to take away from it. But tomorrow night we're going to do a complete breakdown, and some of the things as a viewer that you're going to latch on to, that we're just going to have to talk about it. Because if Naomi is the leader of the Vultures, which it apparently looks like she is, she's been through a lot, and there's a lot of convenience. All right, but I'm going to stop with that. I'm going to stop. I promise I wouldn't undo the beauty of this episode because it was sheer entertainment value. Also, we got several new people here. I want to thank all of you for being here. A couple hundred people in the house. So you guys could all do me a favor. Slap the like button. Make sure you tell someone about 909 Gaming. Get them involved. We want as many people to be involved in these streams, these chats, these dialogue as possible. The more ideas, the better, because we always have someone that is a step ahead. And several of you did call this out a couple episodes back. So my shout out and my salute to all of you for really being kind of CSI and breaking this stuff down. I think you did an excellent job. So keep it rolling, everybody. And just so you know, for some of the new folks that are in here, subscribe. Tomorrow night, we will do, on Monday nights, we do a complete show recap. So we'll talk scene by scene, go through it. Tuesday night, we do something a little different. We do some random things, so join us for that. Wednesday, we will do The Walking Dead bold predictions. Some of these predictions tonight were from last week's, or some of the things that happened tonight were predicted last Wednesday. So that's why you want to tune in for that. And if you're a Game of Thrones fan, Thursday night we'll be doing Thursday Thrones. So that's what we got going on. We got a lot of stuff here. So let me bring up a couple more points. I stopped trusting Naomi when halfway through her crying, it was a nervous laugh, and then it was like alligator tears. Did, at the FEMA location, did anyone else get suspicious when they walked out that she didn't seem emotional for long? It was a real terrible, loud cry, and then all of a sudden she just dried it up really quick. Dawn of the Frank says, I predict I can't figure out Naomi. So some other people noticed that as well. That's the first thing I saw was like, wait, wasn't she just crying? And now she's okay. Yeah. Got to be strong. And what I was trying to do was decide whether it was bad acting or the character. And I'm like, no, this is a good actor. She's good. So I think she just couldn't. She was acting the part well, but her character couldn't act it out very long. Walker Tobin McLeod. Very sorry I missed so many streams. Well, hey, thank you. Thank you for that super chat, and we appreciate you being here as well. So many things with Naomi. And I'm telling you, Naomi's got her own little book, too. She said that this girl, Ellen, had trained her on just in case. Wouldn't this... I mean, some of this stuff going down looks awfully lot like the Commonwealth. Looks awful lot like Georgie. All those notes, how to grow things, how to stitch people up. Could see another crossover in the future. Jimmy's Jammin' with a super chat says, Alicia was looking at Naomi with pure hatred. I think she's responsible for Madison's disappearance. Okay, you know what? We're going to make that our super chat spotlight. So if you guys can chime in to Jimmy's Jam and comment. But I also want to take it one step further. So could Naomi be responsible for Madison's disappearance? But why did Alicia emphatically say that Naomi was dead? What did Alicia see to give her the idea that she was gone? I'm going to complicate things a little bit. Possibly, Dwayne. I want to catch a couple comments with this because that's the part that's confusing me a little bit. I mean, Alicia was pretty point blank telling John, like, she's dead. Even John tonight said, I want to find her. I want to make sure she didn't suffer. So that wasn't just, a mistake on the writer's part. That was a blatantly obvious plant. They put it in there for us to talk about it. Well, even still, yeah, maybe, Steph. I mean, maybe. I see what you're saying. So Steph says maybe the vultures pretended to take her. So, or made it look like she was going against her will. And then she jumps in and is like, okay, yeah, we're good. But the vultures, see, here's where it gets super, super complicated. Madison knows. Madison knows they're coming back. Madison knows there's a problem. And now, I guess the question is that I have for the group, when Madison and Alicia had the conversation where Madison told her to prepare the Range Rover, do you think that Madison might have suspected Naomi, maybe suspected her story? Or is there something that Naomi did to tip Madison off? That's going to be my bold prediction. I think so. I think Madison is getting better at reading people. And I think either the crying, either something happened to make her super suspicious. Kel, the problem with that is, Kel says, I think it's a plan between Madison and Naomi. Madison had Alicia prep. I don't think Naomi is in with Madison on anything. That would be a little crazy. I mean, if Naomi has control of the vultures, she doesn't need to negotiate anything with Madison. I mean, there's still the question of what happened to all the other 40 people in the stadium. So many good comments. I'm going to jump around a little bit and call in a couple more people. That's a possibility. I don't know that she was ever a nurse. I mean, she did say that, right? You know what? That's a good call out. Dwayne Sharp. You might have hit it right there. So, I don't know that did she tell Madison she was a nurse, though? I know she told John she was a nurse. See, now I'm confused. I'm going to have to go back and see their exact words. But, you know, as Dwayne Sharp just said, so maybe this will take a little bit of his theory and a little bit of my theory. So if she portrayed herself as a nurse and then she found out, no, I was here with FEMA, maybe Madison does question everything she says. She did tell Alicia. But, okay, close enough. I mean, my point to that is, so she told John, well, she didn't tell John that. John said, you're a nurse, and she agreed with him on that point. And maybe that's where mentally she just sort of adapted that. And she started telling people, and then, you know, she learned it from the FEMA group. But that could be just the clue that Madison needed. Because Madison, you're right, the instincts are kicking in. So if Madison is suspicious, she might call her out or confront her on it. Emmy Desiree, are you going on the record of saying Al is a vulture? That would be too much. I don't think so. I think Al is going to be the way out. I think Al and her tank is going to be what gets them to safety. So, a couple questions here. One, what's the fate of John? I think John survives it. How's the group going to get out? It's going to have to be the tank. And Madison's got to be alive somewhere. Just the clues. But wow, the next episode is going to be so good because I'm just super anxious right now to find out what happened at the stadium. So here's a question I have for the group. And be completely honest. Are you more interested to see what happens with John next week and the current group, whether they'll survive, or are you more interested to find out what happened at the stadium? Because I'm more interested to find out what happened at the stadium. This is some of the best writing that I've seen. Now, yes, there's the coincidences and there's things that still go down, but the way they've drugged me along to find out, like, oh my God, you know, wait a minute. The vultures left, but we know Naomi is bad, but now we got to go back and watch it, right? Because, like Nick, we know Nick is dead, but Nick's still a part of this somehow, and Nick survives the stadium. And we know that Naomi is leading the vultures, and Naomi is probably responsible for what happens at the stadium. So they have really got us all spun around and upside down. So I'm going to catch a couple more comments here. Drama King says, John will be the one to make Naomi see the light. You know what? I'm done with Naomi. Forget her. Done. She had too many chances. Naomi is Negan to me. Don't need her to see the light. I need her to die now. She's got to go. Let's see. A few more comments here. Tammy Heitzman says, this show is blowing my mind. Well, Lonnie says, Al can ask you to tell, but she won't tell you anything about herself. Yeah, she is pretty reclusive. I mean, there's no doubt she doesn't want to talk about her history either, but she's got tapes of a lot of stuff. Kel says, I'll regret that. You know what, Kel? I don't regret it with Negan, and I won't regret it with Naomi. She's done. She had too many chances. Naomi could get back in that Range Rover and put on a nun's outfit and walk out, and I still would not forgive her. I'm done with her. I am so done with this double-crossing stuff. She's ran too many times, too much baggage. You don't know if she's good, if she's bad. Nope. And Alicia thought she was dead, so there's some gaming going on there somehow. She had to do something to make Alicia think she was gone. And I need to know what happened to Madison. Now it's driving me nuts. Because I feel like I know what's going to happen with John. Something saved John. Or Alicia missed a little low. You're right. Drama kick. Alicia kicked Morgan's stick and then she shot John. It's like, come on. And I was just hyping her up to be the star of the show, like literally 2 hours ago. If hard candies stop a bullet, I will promise you, I'm going to go out and buy like a pack of Jolly Ranchers tomorrow and just keep them in my shirt pocket. I mean, it would be more likely, I think the hard candy would probably be submerged into your heart. And you would have a sweetheart. I do this for a living. Epic Vids coming back in with another super chat says, I'm done with Strand. He gets mad at Naomi for doing what he's planning to do. Strand has always been selfish. So accurate. Strand might be the most hypocritical, delusional person on the show. Now, I've never been a big Strand fan, but he's pretty much been true to his character. He's always sneaky and always looking for an edge. So I accept that there is a Strand, but he's never had an emotional attachment to him. I don't know if we're all from the same world, and I love you guys as viewers, but I don't, a piece of tin and a hard candy, I don't think those things stop bullets. Now, skee ball tokens, possibly. You know what? I'm never going to say never. maybe, I mean, he's got some pretty heavy vest on. And I doubt a random bullet from Alicia hit him in the heart. Yeah, it's probably a gut shot. John's a tough dude. I think he'll survive it. I don't know. I'm still kind of shocked by Alicia shooting him. I'm not going to say what can stop a bullet, what can't. I can personally say I don't have any experience with it. If it just seems a little. I mean, that's not like a little pistol she was using. I mean, it's pretty high-powered gun she's shooting. I would think that would pierce through most things. I mean, I don't get too much into current events, but there was, yeah, I mean, you can see daily, there's a lot of bullet wounds where people get shot in the stomach and it goes out their back of their leg or out, their buttock or something. But I would guess the writers have done some research on this. We'll talk about it tomorrow. So I'm going to close this video with one simple question for everybody here, because we're going to do a recap of it tomorrow. What was the most shocking moment of tonight's episode for you? When that moment when you're watching, and if you want something to be permanently part of this video as a fan reaction, which moment tonight was your jaw-dropping moment? Fearless says Naomi being a vulture. Naomi. Michelle M says John getting shot. John being shot. Pretty awesome, though, that they keep doing these cliffhanging moments at the end of the episode. I like it. I mean, I don't mind waiting to see if John's going to live or John's going to die. It gives us something to talk about. I just hope he's not dead. Too good of a character to die this early. That is a good comment. Tom Rimondale says, not sure why a FEMA center would not have meds for pneumonia. Seemed a little suspect when Naomi mentioned that. It's true. Can I actually, I won't close the video just yet because I do have a couple more questions for you guys. So hold on, we're not going anywhere. Did Morgan annoy anybody else tonight besides me? Is the all life precious thing on Fear? Do we need this? I need Morgan to take that stick and I need Morgan to grow a set like Henry has. That's what I need. Yeah, I mean, this is like Morgan caused this. maybe it's a cycle that we have to go through, right? The vultures have to get the upper hand. I needed John to go on a spree and kill some people. I need Morgan to see that some of these people aren't worth saving. So Fearless, I don't think Charlie is her daughter, and I do think I believe that story. Here's why I believe it. It goes back to the whole Negan principle. Remember when Rick was talking to Negan and he told him Carl died, and he moved the walkie-talkie from his face, and you could see on Negan's face that Carl's death really bothered him. Now Rick didn't see that, but as viewers we saw that. So when you see that, you know it's real. So when Naomi was in the FEMA shelter and she saw the handprints of the kid, was probably hers, and she broke down. She sat down, she made a noise, the walkers came after her. So I believe that to be true as a viewer, because it happened around no other characters, so there was no reason for it not to, there's no reason for her just to break down. Now, if she would have did that in front of Strand, I would have been like, wait a minute, maybe she's acting. But no, that was real. So I think she lost her husband, she lost her daughter, and she was looking for a way to survive, and I guess set up the vultures or took over the vultures. I don't know. I don't know how that's all working out right now. I'm going to just check out a couple more comments here. We're closing in on 30 minutes, and we're probably going to try to keep it right at about 30 minutes, because we'll do a complete recap tomorrow. Well, she has a lot of freedom. So based on what you know right now, last question of the night, is Mel the leader of the Vultures? Is Naomi the leader of the Vultures? Is someone else the leader of the Vultures? Let me know what you think about the intricacy between... There's a lot of unanswered questions still. So even though we think it answered some of the questions, I don't think... So if Naomi is the leader, I mean, she had to get busy assembling all these people. The problem that I have with that is she doesn't come across as, I don't know, I got to see more with Naomi. So once again, if Naomi is leading a group, and I'll talk about this tomorrow. Naomi, when we first saw her, well, in the flashback, she was cut. She was washed up on a shore. She was completely covered by walkers, and John had to save her at that point. She fell into a tank and could have been eaten by walkers, and Madison jumped in after her. I mean, she was completely surrounded by walkers tonight. That doesn't scream competent leader to me. Just saying. All right. On that note, we are going to wind it down. Hey, I want to thank everybody for being here. Once again, if you guys could slap the like button, I would greatly appreciate it. Check out some of the gear. We've been moving some merchandise, so thank you so much to you out there representing. We got Fear the 99 Army shirts. Hopefully, I've seen several of them were purchased. Hopefully we get some pictures on our fan page. You can see the 99 Army over there. Also, we got some people wearing the 99 Army shirts. Tomorrow night at 9:30, we will be doing the full recap of this. So I got 5 pages of notes. Hopefully you got your notes so we can talk about the good, the bad, and what we're still curious about. And we got streams coming out all during the week. So if you guys could do me a favor really, really quickly, type a 999 in chat because I want to give as many shout-outs as we can on the way out the door. If you're watching the playback, this is the closing credits. If I don't shout you out or I didn't get a chance to read your comment, it is part of this video. It's streaming along the side. Once this video goes live, make sure you leave it in the comments as well. So thanks, everybody. Appreciate you spending your Sunday here with the 99 Army. So, Davina, thank you so much. eBeach72, the Cat Nat, Kenneth, the Fam, Maurice Gamble, Rublo's Channel, Christopher Mickelson, Deborah Mooney, Cammie, Drama King, Tom Rimondelli, thank you. Hippo in the House, Tommy V, Dwayne Sharp, Epic Vids 8, thanks so much for those super chats as well, guys. Lou F, Dawn of the Frank, Walani, Valar, thank you. Fearless, Chris Rainig, Sierra C, Cyclone, The Walking Dead Nerd 13, Walker Tobin McLeod, thank you. Talion, Fluff, AJ Jepson, Ron Burgundy, Hacks, Tammy Heitzman, Jimmy's Jammin', Not Elick, Bumblebee Brown, my moderators, Emmy, Steph, Kel, Tommy, thank you. Also, all the patrons, you can see the list up there. Our newest patrons, Zane Thomas. The sponsors, so we got patron sponsors, and we got a growing group of super chatters as well. So I appreciate all of you guys being here and everything you do to keep this channel alive and strong. Who else we got here? We got Nether Fox and Ellis Roy. What's up, Ellis? Thanks. Thank you so much, Gina. I enjoy doing this because I enjoy hanging out with each and every person that's in the stream. And we'll get a few more shout-outs in here because I know a couple people probably walked away. They'll come back. I want to shout them out before we close this thing down. Thanks so much, Walani. Appreciate it. All right. When we get this... Oh, Michelle M., thank you so much. Appreciate that. I'm always going to miss a couple shout-outs. But when we get this much silence, then it's at a good place. So thanks, everybody. I will see you all at 9:30 tomorrow night. Pray for John. He's going to make it. Peace.